the Democratic plantation. He sent Obama back to come get us. He insulted us. He said, I was highly offended when he said the only reason we voting for Donald Trump is because we don't want a woman in president, so we come up with, yo, shut up.
I'm focusing on making sure men care.
Because men, I don't know, it's because men are the problem
men
right now.
Care is a problem too. Why are black men?
Hey, Governor Walz, according to Politico, is going to be going out on a men tour, literally a tour of media to appeal to men.
They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was a delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio, right now the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And why, as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Walz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some listen.
Yo, the host in the white, she ain't like that. You seen her face? But Nina knocked it out the park on this. And bear in mind, she is a Democratic operative. I think she's just more realistic in realizing that, this shit is not working and we're bleeding black men fast. Also, the most important thing is this is an entire CNN segment devoted to talking about black men.
I said at the beginning, this right here is a long time coming. When Obama was in his second term, and I forgot what the event was, but I think it was at an HBCU, and it was Father's Day or something. And he took his, he took his like about 10 minutes to pander, to the political conventions of the day, which is, always shitting on black men. And he started, saying all of these things. I was looking for the clip and couldn't find it so I could send it to you before the show, but I didn't find it. Plus I was driving too. But a lot of people remember that. That right there was a moment of extreme hubris and lack of foresight. I bet you he wish he had that one back, because that right there, that started the introspection of so-called black men, or of do they even have any place within the so-called big tent of the Democratic Party, right? And so when he did that, it started a wider discussion, of course, in these that started in these spaces, and it eventually mushroomed into what you have right now, right? They realized the mistake that they had made when they saw the exit polling of the 2016 election. They realized what mistake they had made. That's when all of a sudden turned into Russian bots, right? That's when we all turned into Russian bots. But the one female, Nina, she is trying to, and she used to be a elected official in Ohio, right?
That I'm not sure, but I know she
Yeah,
was.
I think she was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know she
Yeah.
was high up as an advisor in the Obama administration and campaign.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV quite a few times. Yeah, what she's trying to do, she's trying to save the Democratic Party. She's trying to warn the rest of these, the rest of these tone deaf idiots up there on that panel, because she's trying to save the last tatters of the Democratic Party that might be left after this election. And you can see the white female that's mad. You can see Abby Phillips right here. She's mad because these people have been caught up for decades in this echo chamber that led them to the situation they're in right now in the first place. I don't know how Obama ever thought it was a good idea after all of the shit that so-called black men here on Father's Day, women talking about, oh, I'm the mother and the father too, these niggas are deadbeats, where the holiday has become more so of a day to lampoon black masculinity than anything else. I don't know how Obama thought that it was a good idea for him to join in on that shit when he was, that media figure that was supposed to be above all of the earthly conflicts and all of that, floating majestically in the clouds. He decided to get his ass down in the mud, and look what happened now, a decade later.
Well, we got a more well-informed Black Eagle. What's your take on Miss Nina Turner's basically taking the CNN panel to task? And then you see she got the white feminist pushback, and Abby Phillips, I hate black men pushback.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Those white feminists, even with something that was the topic is about black men, they wanted to shift it back to women, and then wondering why you don't have the support of men in general. Y'all, the Democratic Party has done nothing but be a resounding hate board. Look at the look on her face. Right there. She's talking about women's rights. By the way, what right do men have over their bodies when it's time to go to if a draft is called today?
Abby really just still mad because Cam told her live on camera that he was about to go get some cheeks.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And now all of a sudden, I got to use this. You remember that part on Life where Martin was like, hey man, I think we can make it. And Eddie Murphy said, we get some bad news in that letter, nigga. It's almost like it's almost like that. Like, hey, y'all got some bad news. Now you want to be our friend. Negative. No, man. But Nina did a good job. Nina did a good job in certain aspects and just letting them know, hey, they are no different than any other. This is another thing I won't know too, something I wish they would have brought up. Where's Bill Clinton scolding white men for not voting for Kamala Harris? Because remember, she got a man problem, not just a black man problem. They know they can try to whip us, but they don't try to whip up on those white guys.
I'm not voting for no damn Kamala Harris. I'm voting for Donald J. Trump. Now, how do you like that, Barack? I'm not voting for no Kamala Harris. Kamala is a liar. I'm not voting for a liar. I'm not voting for a woman who can't answer basic questions. What is an opportunity economy? What is that? I grew up in a middle class where people's lawns was green. How is that going to help me, Barack?